I almost slipped and died. I just having too much diggity dang on darn fun. Hi friends! Hey, what's up? I'm Allie and welcome back to my channel. Today, I am starting a weekend vlog. I have a little bit of a long weekend. I started a little early yesterday, just hung out with my mom and had a little wine spritzer with her. And then Brian and I came home and watched, we're like 3 episodes away from finishing Schitt's Creek at this point. Finally! It's so good. I was just like crying at all the episodes. I don't want it to end. But anyway, I know that it's over and that's that. I am hoping to get done all kinds of stuff with my weekend this weekend. Let me just give you a quick rundown of the things that I want to do. One, I want to finish some books. I'll give you a little TBR here. But I want to do that. I've already done kind of like a nice clean of the house, tidied up a bit. I've been trying to be better about just like keeping things in their place so I don't have to tidy as much. I'm going to play DVD with the girlies later. We're probably going to go hang out at the pool today. I think we're going floating tomorrow. And then we might go floating on Monday. And then I have a work thing late Monday night that I am a dummy and scheduled on my day off. Let me show you my TBR for this weekend. It's not like massive. I think it's pretty doable. I'm going to finish Malibu Rising. Hopefully. I have 20 minutes left of the audiobook and I just can't bring myself to do it. That's how much I'm like not really enjoying this. This had me in the first half. The first half of this was so darn good and I was like, I can't get enough. And then the second half actually focuses, this is about like a famous family. Their dad is famous and he abandons them. And the first half is kind of looking at their childhood growing up. And I thought, oh, that was very fascinating. But the second half is like years later, they're adults and it is about these house parties that they throw. And honestly, like, I'm just confused where they got to where they are now, and also like I don't really understand the point of everything, and they're just kind of like bickering with each other, and I'm just like not enjoying the second portion of it as much. So I know I just need to finish it. Like it's basically done, and I just cannot bring myself to do it apparently. Another thing, I have 2 graphic novels that I'm hoping to get to this weekend. One is When I Arrived at the Castle. This is a more erotic and it is very thin graphic novel about a woman who arrives at a castle where there is like a monster living there, but the monster just wants to play. And then a gift that I got, which I will be talking about in my haul video. I have already filmed some clips in my haul video, but like there's some things that I'm waiting on. Anyway, the girl from the sea. This was a gift from Haley. Thank you again so much, Haley. And I'm so excited. This is thicker, but I think I am going to absolutely adore this. And I think when we go to the pool later, I might take this and give this a read then. It looks just so pretty. What else? And one more thing. Woo! I almost slipped and died. And then the last thing, I really want to finish the last few stories in Friday Black. This is one that I've been reading for a couple months. I just read a short story here and there, but it is an absolutely fantastic short story collection. So I only have like 3 or 4 stories left, and so I would like to just finish that this weekend because it's just so good. I don't like know what I'm waiting on. I don't know. So any leeway, we'll see if I'm feeling any of those in any leeway. I'll be happy. But I do plan on finishing at least like 4 things, hopefully this weekend. let's talk about Malibu Rising. I started Malibu Rising and flew through the first portion of it. I mean, I was like so engrossed in it. I needed to know about these kids and how they had grown up, and you're learning about just like how their father and their mother met, and how Mick Riva becomes famous, and you know, just how the kids come about. And first of all, you don't like Mick. I don't think you're ever supposed to. Annoyed reading those parts, but at the same time, like, it was just fascinating to see this. So I really enjoyed learning about the kids growing up, what happened to them, like how the mother dealt with things. Like, I was way more invested in the mother storyline than anything. Because then we jump to years later and we are following them as adults as they're preparing for this house party. And it's so fucking boring. Lackluster, kind of knew everything that was going to go down. Like, nothing was as exciting as it could have been. It was just all... Am I zoomed in? Why am I zoomed in? Okay. Taylor Jenkins Reid has found this kind of, I guess it's her forte, or her niche, where she writes about fictional famous people. But the thing is that she pulls from stories that are, like, very real. So, like, I think, like, Daisy Jones and the Six felt like a very real band, but it wasn't like an original story. Sex, drugs, rock and roll, we all know it. Like, you can pick up anyone's autobiography that's in that kind of scene, and it would have been very similar. You just could have learned about real people. And I did find Daisy Jones and the Six was, like, okay for me. Again, it was like a story that I knew, and I felt like she had just taken that and just gone with it. And this, again, just feels kind of like taking famous people's stories and plucking them and, like, plugging them into a story. And the first half of it, I think, is much more relatable. I don't know. I mean, none of it's relatable because I'm not a superstar's daughter. So, but I mean, like, it's much more, I felt like we got more into the emotions and we understood these characters and why they were doing it. And then the second half just didn't make a whole lot of sense to me. Like, they were doing things that I felt like contradicted their characters from the first half. And I get that they have grown and they've become different, but, like, they just didn't fit to me. The things that they did and were doing, and thing that's, like, added, it just felt kind of sloppy and rushed, in my opinion. Like, we had so much detail and thought went into the first half of this, and then we got to that part and it was just not good. It was just not good. It was boring and felt rushed and disconnected, and I didn't even feel like I was reading the same story anymore. Originally, I really thought that this was going to be a 5-star read. I mean, I dreaded it. It took me like 3 days to get through those 20 minutes, and it just was not good. I think I'm going to give it a 2.5. Oh, one of my most anticipated releases of the year, and it's a dud yet again. This is the second anticipated release of the year that I've read, and then I've also given two stars. Do I know my taste anymore? I don't know. I don't have very many clips from my long weekend. I was like, I'm going to be an excellent weekend vlog. But the problem is, when I'm having too much fun, I don't vlog. So there's so many things I do not have video content of because I was just having too much diggity dang on darn fun. we're getting ready to have a bit of a storm here, so if you hear thunder, it is what it is. I'm just popping in to tell you my thoughts on The Girl from the Sea. I really enjoyed this. I knew that I would. This is the same author who did The Witch Boy, and I really love that graphic novel as well. That series is so cute. A girl who ends up coming across a Selkie. I think that's the proper terminology. So this is about a girl who she is a lesbian, but she is in the closet, and she is just waiting to kind of leave her town before she actually comes out, because she doesn't want to be different than her best friends, and she just doesn't want to deal with it. Her parents have gotten divorced, and she's kind of dealing with that and her emotions from that. And she ends up coming across a Selkie who is a girl, and she ends up having feelings for the Selkie. However, she's trying to hide her feelings for the Selkie and also deal with whatever it is that the Selkie wants as well. So it's a really interesting concept. The artwork is stunning in this, which I had no doubt it would be. It's really, look at the way I'm trying to hold this. Oh my god. I had no doubt that it would be, because again, The Witch Boy is also gorgeous, but the coloring of this, stunning, beautiful, amazing. I love it. You know, work out better in some aspects and they work out worse in other aspects, and this just left me like, it just left me wanting to continue. I wanted more of the story. I wanted to see what was going to happen next. So I'm interested to see if this does end up becoming a series. I do feel like this is a standalone, but it does pack a little bit of a punch, and I just really enjoyed this. I will not say that the relationship isn't my favorite. It is a bit insta-lovey, and the characters are very brash and make a lot of kind of last minute decisions on things that, you know, I don't know. They don't think through the consequences, but I guess that's being on a teenager, so there's that as well. Obviously unrealistic since it's about a Selkie, but overall I thought it was really cute, really well done. I really enjoyed this. I'm giving it a 4.5. Oh god, it's so good. This is definitely one that I will probably reread, just because it's just so darn cute. I don't think you all understand like how much I love the artwork and the characterization of these characters. Like, they're just stunning. I love them. They're amazing. Anyway, the storm is gonna start. I'm going to try to read the last graphic novel. I'm gonna go make tea. Oh yeah, I got my new Sips Buy box. Oh my god, I stepped on your foot. I'm so sorry that I stepped on your foot. I am I'm so very sorry that I did that. But I got my Sips Buy box. I'm gonna pick a tea from this, and that's what I'm gonna drink. Bye. Okay, we gotta bring this closer so I can talk to it. Okay? Why don't you lay down? Okay, we can do this. Will you be okay if I talk? What's all over you? What the hell are you doing? Are you rolling in a plant? Okay. Hey, hi, hello, let's... Hey! Mr. Gray's coming. When I arrived at the castle, this is a dark, fairy tale-esque, semi-Dracula inspired type graphic novel. It is, there's a lot of boobs. My friend had recommended this to me and said that it was erotic, however, and that it was based around like this girl arrives at the castle and finds a monster, but the monster just wants to play. You know what I mean? However, I took a different interpretation of it. I think that they just happen to be naked at times. I think mostly because there is another layer of the story that I think comes into play with that. Anyway, there's boobs. There's a lot of boobs. I really, really like this story. I think I'm gonna like reread it again too, because I do think that there's other layers of this. Okay, thank you. So I can talk. Sheesh. I do think that there are other layers to this as well, and I just thought it was really good. I think my interpretation of the story is more that, so we have a traveler who has arrived at the castle looking for the countess in the castle, and it is not quite evident at first why she has arrived there, but she has a reason to be there. So yeah, and there's others who have come before her, and the countess kind of knows like what's going on. And there is like a confrontation that happens essentially, but there are other layers of stories kind of mixed in here, and of course those are connected. I kind of figured out kind of where the story was going. I mean, it's not very big, so there's that. But the artwork in this, let me see if I can find a page that isn't boobs. That's boobs. Oh my god, boobs. Let's get some boobs. Okay, anyway, this is just one of the more busy double spread pages or whatnot, but the artwork, I love the red, black, and white theme. Feels very Dracula-esque. The back says Alice in Wonderland meets Dracula, bloody, sensual, and bewitching, and I think that works really well. I think that this is really great. I would have loved to have a little bit more story with it, but it is one of those stories that you really have to connect the dots yourself. So as I said, my friend had recommended this and said it was more of like an erotic type tale, whereas I took a totally different meaning from it. So yeah, I thought that this was really good. I mean, this artwork is just oh my god, it's so good. It's so good. It's so good. But I do think I'm gonna give this a probably like a 4. Stunning. Plus, I love the layering of like the fairy tale-esque stories, the dark ones. So that's it. That is it. Okay, we're gonna taste test. We're gonna do a taste test. That's pretty good. That's pretty darn good if I do say so myself. There's a slight like, I don't know if it's a lemon. I have some, of course I'm going to keep doing more vlogs here and there, but I do think I'm going to work on some secret TBR vlogs next. So stay tuned for those. Look at this. Majestic. Beautiful. Amazing. Wow, would you look at that. So guys, if you like this video, don't forget to subscribe to see future vlogs from me. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. That's not working.